Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Molin Guides, a YouTube channel that main goal is to make you better at editing. In this tutorial, I'm gonna talk about a keyframe. So let's begin by saying what is a keyframe. A keyframe denotes how the frame can independently change the parameter values of its video clip in a hassle-free manner. This is a small but very powerful feature. So in this tutorial, I will show you how you can make a keyframes and also show you a few easy but effective examples of a keyframes that I use in my videos. So before you do anything else, you want to make sure you have open your inspector. Second, you want to select your object that you wish to add the keyframes on, which in my case is this text effect. Then go in the beginning of it. Next, I'm gonna click this icon right here. Then I'm gonna pull out of vision this text example. Then I'm going on the right side on the inspector. In the transform tab, I'm gonna click the top diamond. So that way all the transform diamonds are turning into red ones. Then I'm going to the text effect and clicking this icon, which is gonna show me these points, aka the keyframes. Now I have created the starting position, which is the first keyframe. Now I'm moving around 10-15 frames forward and manually moving the text. Then I'm gonna move 5 frames forward, move the text again, and repeating the process over and over. Basically, I'm moving the marker on the timeline further, and every time I move it, I'm changing the position of the text, and it's automatically creating me a keyframes. Depends how far the keyframes are from each other. It's gonna determine the speed movement of the text. And now I'm gonna run it down so you can see what we just made in a few seconds. So that is the first keyframe that I wanted to share with you. Now moving on with the second one. For the second keyframe effect, I'm gonna make this thumbs up appear from the bottom of the screen. But before I create any keyframes, I'm gonna shrink that thumbs up, so make it smaller. I'm gonna move the thumbs up out of vision. Then select the thumbs up file and put the timeline marker on the beginning of it. Then go in the inspector, select the top diamond next to the transform again. Now we have the first keyframe. Now select this icon so we can follow the keyframes that we're creating. And then I'm moving further in the timeline. And while I'm doing that, I'm moving the thumbs up icon. I'm putting it in the middle of the screen. So in the frames in between these two keyframes, this thumbs up icon is gonna move from the first position until the second one. Now you can see what I just did in just 2 keyframes. The closer the keyframes are together, the faster the animation will be. And obviously the further they are, the slower the speed of appearing will be. You can move the keyframes simply by dragging them left and right, which, like I said, it's gonna determine the speed of the movement. And now moving on with the third keyframe effect that I wanna share with you. For this cause, I'm gonna use this Davinci Resolve PNG logo. I'm gonna shrink it down just like I did in the thumbs up in the previous effect. I'm gonna start the same way by moving the logo out of vision. Then I'm selecting the transform top diamond so we can create the first keyframe. Then I'm moving the timeline marker in the last frame of that icon. Then I'm going in the inspector and I'm dragging this position hex to the right so I can make this icon moving to the right side. Then I'm gonna spin the logo a few times by holding this edge right here. And after I'm done spinning the logo, I'm gonna continue to move the position hex to the right side so that I can make sure that it's disappearing from the right side. And now, only with these 2 keyframes, it should be appearing from the bottom left side and disappearing to the right while it's spinning itself. Let's see what I just did. And now for the keyframe effects number 4, I'm gonna show you how you can make an object pop off and then disappear. For example, I'm gonna use this video clip right here. And before we start making a keyframes, I'm gonna shrink that file. Then on the timeline, you want to select the beginning of that file. Then I'm gonna grab one of the corners of that file and shrink it down until it completely disappears. And now I can go and create the first keyframe by going again in the transform and clicking the top diamond. Now I'm gonna select this icon right here so we can follow the keyframes. The next step on the timeline is that I'm gonna move 5 frames forward. And after I did that, I can go back on the screen, pull out one of the edges so that I can normalize the size of the video. And this is gonna be my second keyframe. The next step of this effect is going on the last 5 frames of the video. And you can select the top diamond next to the transform again, which it means in between second and third keyframe there is not gonna be any changes. Then you wanna move your timeline mark in the last frame of that video. Then grab one of the corners of the video and shrink it down until it disappears again. And now you can see what I just made. And now I'm manually gonna move the second and the third frame apart from the first and the last one so they can have a bigger distance in between them, which is gonna affect the speed of appearing and disappearing. So these are basic but effective ways to create a keyframes using Davinci Resolve. If you find this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to not miss any future videos, like and comment, and see you in the next video.